Hello everyone, good evening, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to this yet another session for CAT 2024 where I'll be discussing the strategy for QA section with all of you, what you should be doing in these coming days. Okay. Of course, we have a lot of time left, so I'll be giving you the blueprint of that how should you be going ahead. I'll not go into the nitty-gritties of it, that on which days you should be studying arithmetic, on which days you should be studying algebra, not into that, but a complete, you can say, an outlay of this, right? That how should you be going ahead with your QA preparation and what all things are there which are needed for you to know. Good afternoon, Aritra Ghosh, and very good afternoon to everyone else who is able to hear me. Before I start, I see a question in the comment section by someone. So, Aksharan.p has put something. Thank you for the informative session, sir. I think there are some other comments over here on this video. हाँ, ये कोई और वीडियो था. I thought someone is asking some question. Okay, so I think we can start with the session now. शुरू कर देते हैं. Okay. Now, first thing first, as I have always said, it's very important to first of all understand that what is expected from the paper. So, I mean, any kind of strategy or any kind of preparation is completely dependent upon your current level of preparation, the desired level of preparation, and how should you be going towards that, how much you should be getting as a score in QA. All these things are important. That's what we are going to start with over here. Okay. So first of all, what is the expected paper pattern? So CAT in the last 3 years, that is 2020, 21 and 22, was a 2-hour affair. Before that, it used to be a 3-hour paper. Now from the last 3 years, it has been 2-hour paper. That means each section is of 40 minutes in 2020, 21 and 22. Of course, 2023 CAT is yet to happen. Once 2023 CAT is there, probably we'll get a better idea about CAT 2024, that how is it going to be. Currently, the things which are almost sure, that CAT 2024 also is going to be a 2-hour exam. Each section is going to be of 40 minutes. Every correct answer will have plus 3 marks. Every wrong answer which is of MCQ type will have a negative marking of 1. If it is non-MCQ type, it will have no negative marking. But the number of questions in each section, that is not yet fixed. Even it is not fixed for CAT 2023. So of course 2024 ke bare mein to we can't say anything currently. But yes, the order of the 3 areas, that is verbal ability and reading comprehension, after that DILR, then QA, this is going to be almost the same. I mean, you would say there are great possibilities it is going to be the same. But the number of questions are, idea about this is that the number of questions in VARC are going to be somewhere from 24 to 26. In DILR, it is going to be from somewhere 20 to 24. And in quantitative ability, is going to be somewhere between 22 and 26. The total number of questions in the paper, currently, I can probably say it for 2023, that this is going to be the expected number of questions in the 3 sections and the overall paper. 2024 also would be expected around the same lines, though as I said, things would be more clear to us once 2023 CAT is over. Victor is saying something. 1 year ago, I was searching 12-month strategy, and now again, I'm searching the same. I'm sure, Victor, there would be a stage when you would be sitting into an IM and you would be thinking that I have done a lot to get in here. So I have watched a 12-month strategy twice or thrice, and then I have reached here. Hard work always pays. Okay, so that's about the idea of the paper that we are having now. When I talk about a score versus percentile, what is a good score out of all these questions? CAT 2022 was a 198 marks paper. What is a good score? So you can say for getting into IM A, B, C, L, I, K, the top 6 IMs, you must be having a 99 plus percentile, more or less like that, right? That means you would be needing a score of 82.5 out of 198, which is somewhere around, you can say 40 to 43%, right? 42% of the paper can take you to the top 6 IIMs. I repeat, can. It depends upon a lot many other things as well. Of course, one of them is the category. If you belong to a OBC, SC, ST category, this number might go as low as 15% of the overall as well. But for a general category candidate as well, it depends upon your 10th and 12th scores, whether you are an engineer or a non-engineer. So a person from general category also might get a call at 80 percentile, sorry, at 90 percentile from IIM Ahmedabad. That's a possibility. So different criterias are there for different IIMs. So from that logic, you can say there is a possibility कि आपका इसमें से जो है इससे कम पे भी आ सकता है. Similarly, when I talk about CAT 2021, it was again of 198 marks. A 99 percentile was there at 97 marks, which is somewhere around 49%. So I would repeat, it depends upon the difficulty level of the paper. In 1 year, you are getting 99 percentile at 42%. In 1 year, you are getting at 49%. That might change this year as well, right? Plus, if you think that you are not targeting the top 6 IIMs, you are also targeting the newer or the baby IIMs, then your percentile might go as low as 95 percentile or sometimes 90 as well, as I said, depending upon your category, whether you are engineer or non-engineer, your scores in 10th graduation, lot many things are there on which it would depend. So these are the score versus percentile things, that at what score in CAT, what kind of percentiles you would be getting, and what percentile is good enough to get into what kind of colleges that we have discussed over here. Now, because we are talking about quantitative ability today, so now, till now, we have talked about the overall exam. How is it going to be? What all is expected from that? Now, I'm going to talk about the QA section. Okay. When I talk about the QA section, in all these years, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, arithmetic mostly has been the single largest area in each of these exams. You will see that approximately 35 to 40%, approximately 35 to 40% of it is from arithmetic, right? तकरीबन तकरीबन इतने क्वेश्चंस आपके जो है अरिथमेटिक से आते हैं. The second largest area generally has been algebra. In CAT, you would see 4 to 9 questions in CAT 2022, 6 to 8 questions in CAT 2021, then 2019. So algebra has got the second largest number of questions, which is somewhere around 30%. So this is sometimes even more than 40%. So you can say approximately 70% of your QA section is made up of arithmetic and algebra, approximately 70%, which is huge, right? Just two areas make more than two-thirds of the paper. After that, I have three areas: geometry and mensuration, number system, and modern maths. Here you can see that number system has got just 2 to 3 questions. Modern maths has got 0 to 1 questions. That means the third largest important area for you is geometry and mensuration. So these are the three single largest areas for all of you. So what does that mean? Generally, when we are telling our students, because many a time students say, sir, when it is about quantitative ability, we can't prepare everything. We do not feel comfortable enough to do all the things. So we tell them, see, in any case, arithmetic is not something that you can leave. You cannot afford to leave arithmetic at any cost. Because not only from CAT's perspective, even from the other exams perspective, arithmetic has been the single largest area in all of the exams. Second, arithmetic has got all those areas which we have studied till class 8th or 9th, right? It has got percentages, it has got profit, loss and discount, simple interest, compound interest, ratios, proportions, then averages, time, speed and distance, time and work. ये सारी चीजें वो हैं which we have studied till class 9th or till class 10th. And this is something that we all have studied. We could understand this. We had problems with algebra sometimes, if you probably would agree with me on that, that algebra had a problem. Algebra में क्या problem थी? When we had questions on quadratic equations, linear equations, and functions, and all these things, that was a little difficult for us. I hope you would agree with me on that. वो थोड़ा सा problematic area हम लोगों के लिए होता था, right? Just a second. Yes, I'm sorry. I had to give the OTP to someone. Suddenly, someone came in between. Okay. Yes. So I was talking about among all these areas, you would see arithmetic algebra has got a lot of questions. Geometry now, arithmetic is something that I told that should not be left at any cost. Algebra, a person might do, might not do, but again, if you are not doing algebra, you must be doing geometry and mensuration, number system, modern maths, and not doing does not mean that leaving it completely. Not doing means just going through the basics and leaving the other parts of it. That's what we mean by not doing a topic, right? Basics of everything must be completed. And whatever I am saying currently, it's not applicable to 2024 kids. If you are appearing for CAT 2024, you should not even be thinking about any of these, leaving any of these topics. Just spend 2 months on arithmetic and then you just have to practice. Spend 2 months on algebra, you just have to practice after that. So you have enough time to do all these topics. None of them should be left by any one of you. Now, arithmetic में भी अगर मैं कह रहा हूं 40% of the questions are appearing from arithmetic. So arithmetic में भी what all is there? Out of total 85 questions that have appeared in the last 4 or 5 years from arithmetic, 19 questions have been from time, speed, and distance. That is the largest area from which the questions have been asked, followed by averages, the second largest area. The third largest is time and work, and then we have the other areas as well. But as you see, almost from all the areas that they have been asking questions. You might say, sir, percentages पे कम नजर आ रहे हैं, ratios पे कम नजर आ रहे हैं. Actually, mixture allocation is a part of ratios. SICI, profit loss and discount, they are part of percentages. Plus, percentages and ratios are also important from the perspective of data interpretation. So there also they would be used a lot. और सिर्फ उतना ही नहीं, actually there are many other questions of quantitative ability as well, जहां पे you would see some usage of percentages and ratio and proportion. So for any of those areas, you probably cannot skip them. They all become important for us. Then, when I talk about algebra, these are 69 questions that have appeared in the last few years. Out of total, we see 33% of the questions have been from algebra. The single largest area among all of them is quadratic equations, followed by sequence and series and linear equations. Then we have functions, we have logarithms. Yes, we can skip these areas from which the questions are not being asked, but all other areas are important for us because the questions have been asked from them. As I said before, not many of us feel very comfortable with algebra, so I'm not asking you to become a wizard of algebra. No, right? Arithmetic, do it completely. Algebra, just do the basics, do some level 1 questions. If possible, do some level 2 questions and then leave it. You don't have to go into the complete details of it. I mean, for example, if you feel that logarithm is something I'm not comfortable with, koi baat nahi. If you're not comfortable with logarithm, at least read the properties, right? There are 7 8 properties, एक बार उनको पढ़ लीजिए. Some of them you already know. जैसे हमें पता है log 1 is always 0, log a to the base a is equal to 1. What is the definition of log, एक बार वो पढ़ लेते हैं. तो कुछ चीजें करने के बाद at least we should feel comfortable कि कम से कम जो easy question होगा, that I can always attempt on logarithm. So at least that much must be done by you. That's what I mean by all these things, कि कम से कम उतना जरूर कर लीजिए कि आप basic questions को ना छोड़ें. Similarly, when I talk about geometry, it has got 31 questions in the last 6 7 years. 14.76% of the questions have been from geometry. 9 of them have been from triangles, the single largest area. Then we see 6 from polygons, 5 for coordinate and area and volume, and the other areas as well. Very few questions have been asked from number theory and modern maths. Now, number theory is an area which is actually very big. Modern maths has only 3 areas: permutation, combination, set theory, and probability. Even probability has never asked a question in last many years. So I can say from CAT's perspective, PNC and set theory are the two important areas as far as modern maths is concerned. But when I talk about number theory, the number theory has got classification of numbers, it has got HCF, LCM, it has got factorization, it has got highest power in a factorial, it has got remainders, it has got cyclicity. There are so many things in number theory. That's such a large topic. And just 7% of the questions have been asked in the last many years, right? So almost by surety, we can say That next year also the process is going to be the same, the structure is going to be the same. That means the number of questions from number theory would be again pretty limited, काफी कम आएंगे. So from that perspective I can probably say चलो ठीक है यार, इसको छोड़ देते हैं, इसको ज्यादा नहीं करते हैं, बेसिक्स पढ़ते हैं और आगे बढ़ जाते हैं, because ROI is not that good. जितनी मेहनत लगती है उतना रिटर्न नहीं आता, उतने क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते हैं. From that perspective we can probably go ahead with that. Now when I talk about the QA section, how many questions are needed to get a certain percentile in QA? In 2022, QA was of 66 marks. In 2021, it was again of 66 marks. In 2020, it was of 78 marks. And of course, before that, it was slightly of higher marks. So in the last 3 years, right, CAT QA has been of 66 marks, 66 marks, or 78 marks. A 99 percentile. A 99 percentile means a percentile edge with 99% of the students are below you. A score at which 99% of the students are below you. That was around 33, which is 50% of the total approximately. और उससे पिछले साल भी तकरीबन एक क्वेश्चंस का फर्क रहा होगा. In terms of the number of questions, I can say there were 22 questions last year, 22 questions last to last year, 26 in the year before that. Out of 22 questions, had you done 11 questions correct, you could have got 99 percentile last year. To get a 95 percentile, you just needed to do 7.5 questions correct. To just get a 90 percentile, you needed to do 6 questions correct. And to get an 80 percentile, you needed to do 4 questions correct. अब जब मैं कह रहा हूं 6 क्वेश्चंस करेक्ट करो, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि 6 करेक्ट करके 10 गलत कराओ. वो दैट डज नॉट मीन इट. When I say 6 questions correct, that means net 6 questions correct. After deducting the negatives and all that, net 6 questions correct. Similarly, when I say 7.5, that means net 7.5 questions would be correct to get a 95 percentile. Similarly for 80 as well. But you will see one thing here, that 22 questions may say a person who do just 4 questions correct get an 80 percentile. इसका मतलब ये है 80% of the students are not even able to do 4 questions in QA section in 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, if you do just 4 questions correct, you would be above 80% of the people. And the same story was there the year before that as well. 12 क्वेश्चन 12 मार्क्स पे आपका वो आ रहा था. उससे पिछले साल देयर वर 4 एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस, तो वहां पे एक एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन करने से आपका 80 परसेंटाइल आ जा रहा था, राइट. सो द स्ट्रक्चर हैज ऑलवेज बीन almost around this. It has been the similar. 80% of the students are not even able to do 4 questions in QA section. Is it very difficult? No, it is not. The problem is generally students are pretty much afraid of mathematics, of QA. They feel कि सर QA is not our cup of tea. हमसे पढ़ा ही नहीं जाता, मैं स्कूल टाइम से भी पसंद नहीं है. So what to do? How to do? Now we will be talking about that. How do we prepare for QA? The first thing according to me is know yourself first. How would you know yourself? From CAT 2017 to CAT 2021, there are 13 papers plus. Now you have CAT 2022 KB 3 papers, and after some time you will have CAT 2023 KB 3 papers. Why 3 papers? Because there are 3 slots in 1 year. So the total number of papers that we have is 13 plus 3, 16 till now, and in a few days 3 more, 19. 19 papers of CAT are there. That's just from CAT 2017. I'm not talking about the previous CAT papers were there. CAT 2008 तक तो सारे के सारे papers available है हम लोगों के पास, right? Till CAT 2008. तो तब तो वो पेपर देते थे, हर साल पता लग जाता था. उसके बाद 2009-10 वगैरह में उन्होंने पेपर्स नहीं दिए, बट अगेन वी हैव गॉट दीज 16-19 पेपर्स अवेलेबल विद अस. आई एम सेइंग जस्ट पिक अप एनी वन पेपर और पिक अप एनी 2 पेपर्स. उनका QA सेक्शन खुद से ट्राई करके देखो 40 मिनट्स में, राइट. ध्यान दे ना, इन 17, 18 एंड 19 द QA सेक्शन वाज ऑफ 60 मिनट्स. 20, 21, 22, 23 इट वाज ऑफ 40 मिनट्स. कोई भी पेपर उठा के अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट टाइम लिमिट सी हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चंस यू आर एबल टू डू. You will get an idea where do you stand with respect to the other people. I have just given you a table in which I have told you किस स्कोर पे आपका कितना परसेंटाइल आता है. So this will give you an idea where do you stand right now. और मॉक टेस्ट देके नहीं, एक्चुअल कैट देके, so that it gives you the fair idea where are you right now. Secondly, Not only that, you have to understand that, okay, I mean, where am I standing? You also have to understand the kind of questions that they ask, the flavor of the questions. Yesterday, I got a call from one of my students. He said, sir, are CAT and GMAT same, or which one is more difficult among the two? And I cannot answer this question. That's exactly what I told him. See, it's not about which one is difficult. It is like I'm asking you, what is difficult to drive, a car or a truck? They are two different vehicles altogether, right? For a person, probably a cycle might be more difficult than driving a car. It depends. It's not about a small or a large vehicle. How comfortable are you in driving? That's a different thing. So understanding the flavor is important. तो अगर मैं cat के बारे में बात कर रहा हूं, so when I say that understand the flavor of cat, try to understand through the questions what are they trying to check. Generally, students say, sir, my calculation skills are not good. Would I be able to clear CAT exam? I would always tell you, CAT is not an exam of your calculation skills. They do not check your calculation skills. That's not their motive, right? ये एजेंडा ही नहीं है कैट का. They just want to check your logic. In every question that you see in quantitative ability, it will be purely logic based. तो आपको वो flavor समझना है so that your studies can also be according to that only. सर प्लीज टेल 100 परसेंटाइल स्ट्रेटेजी. 100 परसेंटाइल की कोई स्ट्रेटेजी नहीं होती म्यूजिक को मेरे भाई. स्ट्रेटेजी होती है स्कोर अच्छा लाने की. अच्छा लाने की कोशिश करते रहो, उसी सीडी में चलते 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 कभी ना कभी 100 परसेंटाइल शायद आ जाएगा. नेक्स्ट, द थर्ड थिंग, identify the destination. Now see, from these exams you will get to know where are you standing today. Now identify where do you have to reach. Let's say you are able to do just 5 questions in CAT QA today. तो आपको लगेगा यार मैं 22 में से 5-6 तो आज भी कर पा रहा हूं, so I can probably in 1 year target to go around 14-15 questions that will take me at 99.5 percentile. So I see where I am right now and what is my destination, and then I start moving towards my destination. उसके हिसाब से मैं अपना पाथ कार्व करता हूं कि ठीक है अब मुझे इस पे चलना है, and this is how I'm going to improve my scores in the upcoming days. So these things are, this is your, I would say, prerequisite of your preparation. कि पहले ये जानिए where are you, where do you have to go, what is the way that you are going to take. Those all would be decided, and after that you embark on your journey. Then you start with your preparation, right? Now, what is the process after that? Okay, once I have known about all these things, अब मुझे करना क्या है? What process I am going to adopt? According to me, the process is first, just focus upon basics, then increase the level a little bit, and finally practice a lot. पहले do the basics, then increase the level, and then practice a lot. Now, how do I do the basics first? When I talk about basics first, तो सबसे पहले आपको क्या करना है? NCERT from class 6 to 10. This is mandatory for all. ठीक है? आप शायद ये सोच भी सकते हैं एक मिनट के लिए, नहीं नहीं सर, 6th, 7th, 8th, I mean these are too easy, I know everything, but trust me on this. Even if you today read 6th class book, there would be so many things where you would always be confused. You would say that I did not know this, I just got to know about it. For example, currently if I ask you, is 0 even? You will have a doubt about this, whether 0 is considered as even or not, right? Is 0 a perfect square? You might have a doubt about it. What is called an isosceles triangle? Having two sides equal or at least two sides equal? You will have a doubt about it. What is the value of square root of 4? It is plus 2 or plus minus 2? You will have a doubt about it. So there are so many things where you would feel, oh God, we are actually confused about these things. We can't say that which one is correct. These are so close to each other. So therefore, it's important to go through those NCERT books from class 6 to 10, then you have time for that. I would suggest October से लेके November तक spend all your time doing these books. Trust me on this. If you spend these 2 months on these NCERT class books from class 6 to 10th, you would be in a much more better position at the end of November, and where you would start feeling that now I can even target 99 percentile in QA. Today you might be feeling this is not my cup of tea, मेरा किसी तरीके से इसमें 4-5 क्वेश्चन हो जाए मेरा काम चल जाएगा. एक बार ये दिल लगा के 2 महीने तक एनसीईआरटी की बुक्स पढ़ डालो सारी की सारी, read all of them, do some basics questions, basic examples from there, and you would start feeling that now you know a lot more than before. Somehow we always have that feeling of fear of mathematics because the time we studied in our school days, तब बड़ा difficult लगता था. But now you are a grown-up kid. You would be able to understand these things much better. So I would suggest it to all of you, go through this in the upcoming 2 months, October and November. After that, start with arithmetic, followed by algebra and other topics, of course, in the level of, in the order of, I mean, the weightage of these areas in the CAT exam. Arithmetic is the most important. Start with arithmetic from December. December, January, February, do a lot of arithmetic, do a lot of questions on that. Then from March, start with algebra. March, April is algebra. May, June is all about geometry. July, August are all about number system and modern mathematics. Alongside that, just keep on practicing whatever you have studied. Keep on doing some sectional tests of arithmetic, algebra. जो जो पढ़ते रहिए उसको करते रहिए and make notes of all the formulas or methods, because generally what we have I mean got from the students, they say, सर मैं जैसे जैसे पढ़ता जा रहा हूँ पीछे का भूलता चला जा रहा हूँ. I somehow feel I've studied arithmetic but somehow I feel that now I've forgotten arithmetic. It's not that, होता नहीं है ऐसा. The moment you start studying them again, they would automatically come back to you. But still, making notes and formulas, it will make your job very easy. It will just take 1 hour to go through all of them and everything would be afresh to you. Completely fresh हो जाएगा एकदम से, आपको सब याद आ जाएगा, ये सब तो मैंने पढ़ा हुआ है. So just keep making notes of all of that. This is the first stage of this. Now, why basics are important? Because it's not that you can straight away study the CAT level questions without doing basics. That cannot be done. There is a foundation which is always needed. Secondly, एक बहुत कॉमन रूमर रहती है बच्चों के दिमाग में, CAT will never ask you easy questions, which is absolutely wrong. Many times CAT will ask you such easy questions that these basics only can work for you. For example, I'm showing you two questions from CAT. If a seller gives a discount of 15% on retail price, she still makes a profit of 2%. Which of the following ensures that she makes a profit of 20%? It is a question of CAT. You will find it probably in profit loss and discount chapter of NCERT book. The same question you might find there. Rather, more difficult questions than this would be there in NCERT book, but this question has appeared in CAT. Retail price for 100 मान लो, so 15% का discount दे दो, it will become 85. This 85 is 2% more than the cost price. So 85 divided by 1.02 करने से आपको उसका cost price मिल जाएगा. Then he says which of the following ensures that she makes a profit of 20%. अगर 20% का profit चाहिए तो you need to multiply it by 1.2, and that ways you will get these answers real fast. बहुत आराम से आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. Look at second question. The number of girls appearing for an admission test is twice the number of boys. 30% of the girls and 45% of the boys get admission. Percentage of candidates who do not get admission. इसको पढ़ के आपको नहीं लग रहा कि ये परसेंटेजेस जब हमने पहली बार पढ़ा होगा एनसीईआरटी में, these kind of questions we would have done there, isn't it? So CAT also asks you these kind of questions. Please do not assume CAT is all about difficult questions. These are complete basic level questions that have appeared in CAT, and there are many such questions that appear. आप ये मत मानिएगा कि बस यही है, मैं ढूंढ ढांड के मैंने किसी 4-5 पेपर से 2 निकाल डाले. नहीं नहीं नहीं. In many of the CAT exams you will see very easy questions like this that have appeared in CAT, जो आए हैं CAT के अंदर. Right? After these basics, the second thing is then increase the level of difficulty now. अब उसके बाद क्या करना है? Once the basics are clear, now start studying the concepts which were not there, in NCERT. That means some of the questions are there, some of the concepts are there, which are asked in CAT and very CAT specific, you can say. जो CAT ही पूछता आपसे उस तरह के questions, right? Such kind of questions are there in CAT. तो उनके फॉर्मूले वगैरह वो उसी तरह के होते हैं जैसे कैट में ही यूज होते हैं. So at the second stage of your preparation, you start increasing the level and start reading those concepts which were not there. Second, those questions which were tricky to interpret. पहले मैंने आपको बताया टू अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक्स डू जस्ट द बेसिक क्वेश्चंस. बेसिक क्वेश्चंस का मतलब वो जो सीधे सीधे कॉन्सेप्ट बेस्ड हो. सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट आई हैव स्टडीज on the basis of that we have these questions, we are studying those. Any difficult questions we leave initially. So now is the time to do those tricky questions as well and strictly stick to the required difficulty level. Now, why is this important? Rather, I would put it a very important point. Because if you are studying through some, let's say, a WhatsApp group or Telegram group or some Facebook group or somewhere, तो वहां पे कॉमन मिस्टेक लोगों से क्या हो जाती है ऐसे में, a common mistake is they start feeling that whatever is discussed in this group, that's relevant, that's important. But sometimes students keep discussing those kind of concepts which would never be asked in CAT. लेकिन कर रहे होते हैं प्रिपरेशन उसके बारे में. We also get many of these doubts from many of our students. एक क्वेश्चन लेके आते हैं, इतना डिफिकल्ट है, एंड वी टेल देम सी कैट डज नॉट आस्क यू दीस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, एंड दे वुड बी लाइक नहीं नहीं सर बता दो ना प्लीज. दे वुड स्टार्ट फीलिंग कि सर को नहीं आता होगा इसलिए ऐसा कह रहे हैं. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू प्लीज गो थ्रू दीज एग्जाम्स सो दैट यू गेट टू नो अबाउट. जब मैंने लिखा था ना फ्लेवर ऑफ द पेपर, उसका पर्पज ही ये था, सो दैट यू गेट टू नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कैट कैन आस्क यू, सो दैट यू नो व्हाट इज टू बी लेफ्ट एंड व्हाट इज टू बी डन. Is there any repetitive concept in that cat keeps asking in P8? I think I can't see that. उसके नीचे पता नहीं आजकल ये हार्ट सा बना हुआ आ जाता है. So I'm not able to see that. क्या आपने कुछ लिखा हुआ है? Any repetitive concept in P and C probably you are saying. म्यूजिक और देखिए कॉन्सेप्ट तो ले देके वही सब है पीएनसी में भी. फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल ऑफ काउंटिंग इज देयर, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फार्मूला, ग्रुपिंग वगैरह. तो वो 4-5 ही कॉन्सेप्ट है, तो उन्हीं पे क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो रिपीट तो होगा ही होगा, but the type of questions would be different all the times. Lastly, it's the time to practice now. So then at the end, what do you need to do? Sectional tests on every topic. टॉपिक वाइज सेक्शनल टेस्ट, मतलब सिर्फ क्वांट वाले सेक्शनल टेस्ट नहीं, टॉपिक वाइज. अर्थमेटिक बेस्ड सेक्शनल टेस्ट, algebra based sectional test. These sectional tests are needed to get an idea how good or bad I am in a particular topic so that I can start working on that. That is the first thing. Second, the mock test with analysis. आपकी सारी प्रिपरेशन में जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है वो यही है, mock tests with analysis. If you just keep preparing, you do not write the mock tests, it is useless. If you just keep preparing and write the mock but do not do analysis, it is of half use, rather less than half use. Unless and until you write the mocks and you analyze them properly, all your preparation would be useless. So this is the third leg of your preparation, which should be taken very, very carefully. You have to write a lot of mocks. This is important. And finally, previous year papers. Once again, the reason is मुझे ये पता लग जाएगा previous year papers में how, what kind of questions have been asked, how difficult, how easy, where do I stand with respect to those questions now, what is the relevancy of these kind of questions, that all you would understand at that stage. So as I said, 3 stages. First, the basic concepts. Read the topics one by one. Read the NCERT books. Do level 1 questions. Second is the increasing the level. While increasing the level, what do you need to do? You have to start doing some level 2, level 3 kind of questions. Interpret the difficult questions as well now. And when you come to the third part, which is the practice based thing, then you start doing sectional tests, mock tests with analysis, and previous year papers. This is the order with which you go. I'm sure you are going to score well in your QA section. Sir, 45 days we can crack 90%. It is possible or not, Sujata? It is possible, of course, but you need to put in a lot of hard work for that. Okay. So that's all from my side, guys. Now, if anyone is new here, if you're looking for a good preparation course for CAT 2024, we are here. And for that, you can also unlock a 3 days free trial access to our app. So before joining, just do this, put up your mobile number on our app, start a free trial. For 3 days, you can see what do we teach, how do we teach, what all material do we give you. The complete thing would be there in front of you, and then you can take a decision of joining us. I'm sure not joining would not be an option after that, because once you go through the app, you will see that almost everything which is needed for a preparation would be available on that app. Also, if anyone is preparing for CAT 2023, we have launched the test series, right, in which we are providing 80 plus mock tests for CAT as well as non-CAT exams, 10,000 plus practice questions, and our USP is the video solutions for all CAT mocks, which is a very important point. We are also providing you 3 All India Open mocks with video solutions. What is the point of All India Open mocks? They are free for everyone. जब वो free for everyone होता है, so many students would be writing these exams that you get a good realistic picture about your percentile among all the people in the nation who are appearing for this exam, right? These are our brilliant results from last year's online classroom program. The top five people, the top five percentiles you can see. Of course, there are many more. These are just the top five people, and these are classroom people. If you talk about test series and all, of course, there would be a lot many more people. But you can also be on this screen next year if you join us for our comprehensive program. I'll be giving you the details of that. There is a very important point now. We are meeting after a few days, right? I think on coming Sunday now, where we'll be talking about. I think I am on the wrong side of this, so you can't see that. So let me just go on the other side. Okay. Haji. On the coming 15th of October, we are having a CAT 2023 marathon session, which is of 4 hours. It might go up to 4.5 hours or around 5 hours. It will start at 1 p.m. on 15th October 2023, in which Naveen sir, me, Gaurav sir, and Vikrant sir, we all would be discussing some brilliant questions for your VA preparation, QA preparation, and LRDI. All three sessions would be taken on that day, right? We will be talking about the learning materials, some shortcut techniques as well, and how can you manage your time. Of course, it will be a live session, so you can ask your doubts as well. Whatever kind of questions you have, you just ask us all those questions. We will be answering them there. So do join us on 15th of October at 1 p.m. on the BYJU'S Exam Prep app, as well as the YT channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. These are completely free for everyone. Anyone preparing for CAT can join there, right? And for CAT 2023, we have launched a crash course as well, which is again completely free for everyone. The CAT 2023 crash course, which is completely free for everyone, in which what all we are going to provide you 20 plus power packed live sessions, highly probable questions as well, and section wise score boosters. You can find all of that on BYJU'S Exam Prep app. So just find us there starting from 23rd of October at 7 p.m. All these sessions would be there. Our All India Open Mock is currently live from, is going to be live from 27th of October till 5th of November. So you must appear for this exam. As I told you before, these are the exams which are actually written by all the people who are preparing for CAT, because these are absolutely free for everyone. You also must write this exam for sure. It is going to be extremely, extremely useful for all of you. Okay. You can also find us on all of these media handles, guys. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. I am sure you liked this session. We'll meet soon in some other session. Now, till then, bye bye and take care.